I've been unboxing my newest acquisition, which is this little solar light, and we'll do a close-up here in a minute, but I thought I'd show you the big picture of it. It's got a solar panel over here, and I don't know if you can hear that, but that's actually glass. And then it's got the light module, also glass. Comes with a remote control and a cable. It's just about 5 meters long. It has a very nice watertight connection in it. It also comes with the mounting hardware like this. I've already put that on the back. So there's a bracket for the module, the light module, and of course there's a bracket for the solar panel module. Let's see what else is interesting. Oh, this blinking green light right here says it's charging, and when it's fully charged it's supposed to turn solid green. Got some instructions. The drawback is the instructions are all in Chinese, but I use Google Translate to give me a rough idea about what's going on. It came with a couple screws. I lost one in the process. There should be a couple screws to mount it on the wall. And that's about it. So let's take a closer look at the components and see what we got. Let's look at this piece by piece. Again, the front of this is glass, which I really like. You can see that even under the these lights, it's charging. It's trying to charge up. If I turn this over and black it out, the light comes on. So it's photosensitive, which is an interesting thing. Yeah, it's just not a simple on-off thing. It does have a remote, but it does also work on light. It only comes on at night. You can see it has many LEDs in it. And we'll flip it over, take a look at the back. I've got the bracket installed on it, and they even put nut wells on here to retain the nuts, which is a nice touch. And the brackets are in place, and there's not much more to describe than that. I mean, I would put this wire piece down so that any water that runs down the back of here would not find its way in. Okay, so that's it for the light piece. Then there's the solar panel, and again, glass face on that, very nice touch. Looks like a good watertight connection back here, and some nuts to hold on the supplied mounting bracket. And then the last piece is they have a waterproof connection here to split these apart. So if you needed to run that through some kind of a fixture or whatever, run it through a hole in a roof or an awning or something like that, you can do that. The last thing, let's move this out of the way. The last thing is remote control, and the remote control shows, let's see, the functions on it. We have this is the auto function. This one does on off. We have 3 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours, and then you can control the amount of light, which will allow, of course, the battery to last longer. So let me just do that. I can brighten it up, pushing the wrong one. You can see it getting brighter here via the remote, and then again I can turn it back down, and of course the lower you run it, the longer the battery will last. Okay, so that's pretty much it. There's not a lot to this. It comes as a pretty tight kit. Okay, so the next thing to do is test it and see if it lives up to some promises of running 3, 5, and 8 hours, and how much light it'll do for those times. This is our test rig. I have the solar panel turned upside down to emulate nighttime, and I will turn the light all the way up for this test, and then we'll take pictures every 15 minutes and see how long this runs. So what we've found about this very inexpensive solar light is that on minimum settings it'll run for a fantastically long time, more than 25 hours. On maximum brightness, only 3 hours. So 3 hours is not very realistic, but at half or at minimum power, Yeah, not too bad. It does have one quirk that I found, which there's something hinted at in the instructions that you can only change the default settings when the solar panel is in sunlight and this light is blinking or it's charging. Yeah, that was kind of an oddity. I kind of wondered if, at first I thought, you can't change the default setting and it always pops on full power. But if you want to do it, you can turn it on. As long as this is in sunlight, you can turn it on. You can set the brightness setting you want and then hit auto, and it will remember that. So then at night it will come on, say at reduced power if you'd like. Okay, so yeah, what could you use this for? I wish it had a sensor on it. If it had a sensor, that would be a whole lot more useful because it would only turn on and off when, say, somebody walked by. But it doesn't. It's strictly a time-based and light-based thing. So where could you use this? Well, I mean, if you have a walkway or a porch or someplace you don't want to run power and you just need the light on, you can turn it on with a remote, or maybe you want it out near a pet's pen or a pet house or hen house. On a farm, I can see a lot of places you might want something like this. So yeah, and for the ridiculously low price, it's one of those things where you say, why not, right? Okay, well that's it for our review of this Solar Light IP66. Hope you found it useful and interesting in your home DIY projects.